We get various questions about the footrests that we use in our sea kayaks, both composite and polyethylene. So I thought I'd run you through a few of those today. In fact, the entire range of footrests that we use. Starting off with the Twistlock Footrests. So these are fitted as standard in all of our boats that feature a standard skeg. So anything that's not got a rudder or a scudder. These are a great option. The reason we use them as standard is they're entirely made of plastic, so very low corrosion. They've got a nice big pedal area, so nice and comfortable for your feet to rest on, and they're easy to adjust from in the cockpit. So adjusting the Twistlock footrest, you can see there's this flag at the end of the blue plastic section here. This will be the closest point to you in the boat, and it's easy to reach down, grab this, rotate it through 90 degrees, and then push or pull the footrest to the point which you want it. The important point here is you then need to lock this footrest off again by twisting it back through 90 degrees. Now, at the moment, I'm between the adjustment slots and it will not turn at this point, so don't force the footrest. Make sure you've got those teeth lined up and in the slot so you can turn it. As soon as it's rotated through that 90 degrees again, it's locked off and it'll stay nice and solid. Another option on kayaks without a scudder or a rudder is the Yakima Footrest. Now this is a little bit lighter and stiffer than the Twistlock, but it does have a smaller pedal area, and also the adjustment is on the back of the footrest. The Yakima Footrest is adjusted using this trigger behind the footrest. Now if you're quite adept, you might be able to put your foot behind the footrest and trigger that with your toes. Otherwise it might mean getting your head down inside the kayak. But simply pull that, it releases the peg at the back, slide the footrest to where you want it, and then you can drop it back into one of those positions. You can also release it, move it a little bit, and then pull it forwards, but you'll just end up hitting every notch on the way, so it's better to hold it up until you've got it where you want it. For kayaks with a scudder or a rudder, we use the Smart Track Pilot Footrest. Now these are a fantastic footrest for both having a stable platform to rest your feet on, whether you're paddling forwards or edging, but also the ability to control your scudder or your rudder using your toes just to push on one side or on the opposite side. The Pilot Footrests are adjusted in a similar way to the Twistlock. They've got a little lever at the back here. You can lift this up and then pull or push the footrest into the position you want, and that's spring loaded, so it'll drop back into the locked position in the nearest place to where you want it. There's also some more adjustment on this, so you'll see a barrel adjuster on the line itself, which you can use to shorten or lengthen the cable, and this will change the pitch of the Pilot part here. And there's also this same adjuster here which you can twist and lengthen and shorten that cable, which will have a similar effect. So if you prefer to have the footrest tilted forward a little bit so you can get a bit more push on it, you can tilt it forwards, or some people prefer to have it level with the bottom piece and then you're pushing beyond the bottom piece to control your rudder. The important thing with all of these footrests is to make sure, as with the rest of the boat, that you're rinsing them with fresh water after every trip. The build-up of salt or grit in those can really damage the functionality of them and reduce the lifespan, so make sure you rinse them with fresh water after each trip.